Hey everybody, welcome back to Champnsons and our NASCAR, or really just racing series. And we have got the final race of the season here in the truck series set up for y'all today. We are in the final four. We are going for a championship. Now for us to pull that type of thing off, we're going to have a really good finish. We actually don't have to win it. And the point spread right now is one where we don't actually have to beat everybody else that's in the final four, because we are the number one spot. So what we have to be able to try to pull off, I want to say, is a top five finish. I believe would easily seal it up, but top 10's got a definite possibility for us to be able to get us over that line and winning the championship here. And so that's one thing that we are going to have our goals set on. Now we are at Pheonix Motor Speedway, or maybe just Speedway. I don't know if the motor's in front of it, but hey, we're at Pheonix. This track, it's not the biggest one in the world, obviously, but one issue that does come into play with it is the turns. You notice as we go around here on our qualifying lap out of the turn 4 there, that it doesn't have the steepest of turns available, right? So where in some other speedways, and even all the way down to Bristol, they got some pretty heavily banked turns and allows us to get more speed going into them. Unfortunately, we don't have that here at Pheonix, so we are going to have to time out how we use the gas and the brake pedal, how we get the gears changed. We're going to have to get all of that timing down. The one advantage is it's a little longer race. Each stage will be, the first two stages will be around 20 to 25 laps. So we got a little bit of time to kind of get that hammered out. But we did qualify 13th. So while we have a little time to get that hammered out, we're going to have to be aggressive as well. Now our car setup as we get going here underway under the green flag in lap number 1 is going to be more of a tighter setup. So I think that'll help us a little bit with these turns. Trying to come in at a little bit higher speed, and we won't have to slow it down so much because we'll have a little bit better grip coming around on these. And here we come on the back straightaway of turn number 1. Speaking of getting into these turns, pushing it forward past Ankrum there in the P7 spot, as we're able to actually claim it. We move up 6 positions relatively quickly here, 1 lap into it, underway in the Pheonix Raceway here. But Herbst comes right back at us and pushes us back to the number 8 position. He did get a pretty smooth line going into turn 1 and out of turn 2, allowing him to have a clear pass on our inside there. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult than some other speedways. Now we're going to swing it out wide, try to use our speed to our advantage, but we just lose a little too much of it. So we do dive back down below underneath Majeski here as we finish up lap number 2, trying to maintain and clear him so we can claim P7 for ourselves. And now we have gotten that one, and we're right on Herbst's tails. Friesen is right in front of him, and the lead group is still visible in front of us. That's going to be one of the main things. This stage is 22 laps, so as long as we keep the lead group within our visible range, we'll have potential once we get into lap traffic to try and make an actual move here and get up into the top 5 position. So 3 laps into it now, we're still in the P7, and this is just going to be a big-time chase to try to get these guys run down here. Finding that line coming into and out of turn 1 and 2. It is a different one than 3 and 4, but they each got their own difficulty, so it's going to be a little bit before we can actually try to get something going and build up enough momentum to get it around either just Herbst or Friesen. Hopefully we can get past both, but right now I'll take one over the other. At this moment in time, as we've just finished 4 laps maintaining a P7 position here in Pheonix in the final race of the season and the push to win a championship. Now a couple laps later, here we are we've got some momentum going, we've got some speed happening, using a little bit of side draft coming off of Herbst to get around him. As we go down below and bump into him, and that's going to knock off some of our speed. Friesen maintaining the P5 spot, but unable to block both lanes because we swung out wide. Friesen kind of goes up high, and he's going to lose a little momentum as Herbst gets down below him, and we're going to try to take advantage. Friesen is going to be on the outside in P6. Herbst now in 5. And now here we come. We're going to push it hard into the inside corner there, turn number 3, and we do get past Friesen, move up into P6 position. Now Herbst is the only one in front of us, and I think we have enough momentum and enough direct line that we can try to squeeze past him here in one of these upcoming turns, but it is going to be difficult. Try to set him up to swing out wide and block the outside, like right there as we dive down below. Now we're pretty even. We're on his back left quarter panel, and we bump into him just for a second, let him know we're there. And coming into turn 3, we're going to swing right in past him on the inside, and that's going to give us a P5, top 5 position here. Almost now 10 laps into this race. And now we have taken over the P5 spot, which is ideally where we want to be as we're getting to the halfway point of stage number 1. As we're on the 11th lap. Herbst's not giving it up easy. You can see in our mirror he's hanging right on us. But hopefully we'll be able to maintain as this stage continues here at Pheonix. 11 laps into stage 1, halfway there. And we do maintain P5 as we come into the final few laps. As we run into Fogelman, we hit lap traffic. And we made a push to get around a couple guys there, Sauter and then Rhodes. He's driving pretty aggressive, almost getting into our back end. But we made that push, and Fogelman goes down to block us aggressively. And we run into the back of him, and now these guys do not want to be lapped. Room tries to slide up to the top, but I use him and keep him down below to continue to block Rhodes for us, as we are now in the P4 position with just about 3 laps remaining here. No, 3.5 laps remaining as we try to chase down Sauter. Now some of this lap traffic isn't grouped up like that one just was, so we got to hope things play out right and maybe we can catch up to Sauter a little bit. But checking our mirror, it looks like Rhodes got around Rayum, however the hell you pronounce his name. Got around him, and now Rhodes is hauling ass up to us. His truck is definitely getting larger in our mirror. We got Harmon in front of us in the 28th spot. We're going to go out wide around him. Hopefully, once again, he can hold up Rhodes for us. As we try to squeeze him, he bumps into us, and now we lose a little bit of speed, almost lose control. But we do maintain it on that one. Now, our tires, they're actually in semi-decent condition at this point, but we've had to drive them hard, and now this time Rhodes gets into us and almost knocks us loose. As we maintain our spot in P4 as the leader does come across, Grant Infinger. Well, he came in second, Sauter third. We finished fourth. Crafton is one who got first. Now, in an unlikely event, everybody is pitting right here. I debate it for a second, but I do go ahead and pit with everybody else. And now our pit crew, since they have been trained so dang well over this season, we have moved up 2 spots into the P2 position, right behind Infinger in the P1 spot. As the green flag goes down here on stage number 2, this is going to be 20 laps. And now these cars that are with us, you know, they are a little bit better running than we are today. As you can see, Sauter gets up into our side and kind of pushes us around. Infinger in first, Sauter second. Now here comes Zane Smith on the inside. I need to get down there at some point, or else it's going to be like an open feeding line down on the inside, as we're going to end up dropping back. We try to push Zane Smith down. He bumps us back, and that's going to keep us there in about P4 at this stage. Now here come Herbst on the inside, and Rhodes tries to go outside but unable to hold it. Herbst down low, and he's going to pass us. And now it's a battle for 5th place, 4th and 5th. Herbst does get around us. We squeeze in behind him, a little bit of contact, no big deal. Rhodes pushing on our tail end pretty quick, pretty hard there. As we now try to push around Herbst on the outside. Not going to be able to make that one. And it looks like Lassard is also on our tail. He's had a pretty rough season for the most part, but a good race so far this weekend. In the P5 spot coming into turn number 1, Lassard swings, goes in hard into turn number 1, and he is going to take over the P5 position as we drop into 6th. Rhodes trying to find a way around us, freezing now back behind us, and we've got a lot of tough drivers to battle off here in the start of this stage. Now coming out of turn number 4, we are still in P6. Lassard gets past Herbst there in P5. His truck is running incredibly well today. And now it's just trying to maintain where we're at. Remember, we qualified 13th. So we are slightly slower than some of these guys. We're not getting really a draft at all. Normally, as we bounce off the wall right there, I'd like to think in a speedway you could at least get some drafting going. But it's just not happening. I don't know if we got to look at our aerodynamics of the truck and what have you, but it just ain't working out for us right now. Now Rhodes comes up hard, trying to battle for that P6 position. So does Friesen. We block them both off coming into turn number 1 and around there and getting ready to come out of turn number 2. With Herp still in front of us, Rhodes and Friesen giving us hell behind. 4 laps have been completed. Now 4.5 laps have been completed in stage number 2 here at Pheonix as we maintain the P6 position, and we've got a pretty good line going at the moment, having some separation between us and the group behind us. Rhodes, though, not appreciative of that one, as he comes up quickly behind trying to squeeze down on the inside, and we shut that down for him and blocked pretty dang well. We've done a good job blocking on the season. It's helped us lead to a couple wins and a couple other different races. But this one, Rhodes, his persistence pays off, and he pushes down on the inside. I'm not going to be able to hold that. And I will drop down to the P7 position here. 6 laps completed, 14 to go in stage number 2. As we are now dropped from 2nd to 7th. And here coming to the end of this stage, we are maintaining 7th place, but looking to come into some lap traffic. Zane Smith is off to our left on the inside as we go around Fogelman, who we bumped pretty dang hard last time. As we push hard into turn number 1, swinging out wide, lose some speed, kind of mess with our tires there, go skidding a little bit. Zane Smith fighting for that P6 spot. We're keeping us here in P7. Now we get up to the lap traffic Harmon, and we use him to block Smith for us, but he's going to get around him relatively quickly, and we lock up our tires slightly coming into turn 3 and 4. That's going to slow us down a little more than what I want. But 2 laps remaining here in P6. Smith is giving it all he's got for these final couple laps of stage number 2, as we need to claim as many points as possible, because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get a top 5. Our truck is not running in top 5 speed. Right now. It's going to take some creative ass driving and some lucky stuff happening to claim a top 5 position. So here we are in P6 as we come down to the final lap. Nemechek squeezes us out, but we drop down a little low on here in Pheonix. That is allowable. As we do too much speed coming into turn number 1, swing it wide, but we do recover well. Come down and out of turn number 2, still in P6. Smith is behind us, and the leader thankfully crosses. And so that's going to freeze us where we're at there at the end of stage number 2. Now, getting into stage number 3, we did not pit. Okay, keep in mind, we did not pit. Our tires are a little rougher where I would expect a caution to come at some point. At that time, I'll take care of the tires. Right now, we got about 24 laps remaining here in the actual race. We are still in the P6 position, trying to chase down this front group. We've got separation from the group behind us, right? So now it's going to be kind of just smooth driving. Be patient. That's what we have to be patient. Find that line, knowing our tires are getting a little bit more slippery here. But we have to find that line, get in the groove, and get moving forward, and try to make up at least a couple different spots. So P6, the main group is right there in front of us. Everybody seems to be having the same kind of issues right now, which is what I would expect. Tires being a problem, truck wearing down a little bit on us, and so that's what we have to watch out for. So still maintaining P6. Log up our tires for a brief second. We had a little bit of a run right there on Lassard, but unable to complete it because we had too much speed, did not time out our shifting right, and that's going to end up causing us to lose a little bit of pace. So now we're sticking with trying to do more of a middle line going into the turns, and then coming down low and use that momentum to kind of slingshot us around. But at this point, we're not really making up too much space right now. We're kind of sitting pretty there in P number 6. And I don't know if this is going to get us the points that we need. I really don't. I hope it does coming into this final race in the championship run. We really need just the right amount of points, and I think we can finish this thing off. So now we are a couple laps remaining here in stage number 3. We are still in P6. Lap traffic is so far spread out that we're not getting the impact we've seen at other speedways. Even as we lock up our tires right there coming into turn number 3 and out of 4, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to make up much space here in these final 2 laps of the championship. Trying to give a push. Nemechek in front of us. Hopefully he doesn't screw us up too bad. It looks like we're trying to go wide, and so is he. And now we are just going to have to be aggressive and get past him, because I think he's going to try to mess with us a little bit as we do dive down low. And there he goes. He tries to go down low, forcing us to lock in our tires and take a bad path. Coming in, they are getting pretty bald. They are 27% in the 30s to 40s. They are worn out, but I just need them to hold up for one more lap. Don't be foolish. Get us that P6 position, and we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can claim a championship in just our second season of the Truck Series here. As we get ready for these final turns, getting up near the wall to dive into them, and we make the dive and block up those tires, but at this point, who cares? We got about 200 yards left, and we come across the finish line there in a P6 position. And that hopefully is enough. I don't know what that's going to be able to do for us. I'm hoping we can get the championship, and let's see if we get it, and we will. We'll claim the championship. Oh, my goodness. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We take it. Season number 2. Mark it down, ladies and gentlemen. We are the NASCAR Gander Truck Series champions here in just our second season. Flex Seal, our main sponsor, doing them proper as we claim the number 1 spot in the championship this year. And that's a great way to set us up for what we got coming next season. Now here's this nice little message feed crap. You know, right now I need these guys coming next season. I probably won't need them to be friends, so I'll just talk some trash to them at that point. We'll see what happens on the track there. So now, our agent doesn't care that we just won the championship, because we got to get ready for next season. We do have plenty of money, but I know we're going to need more. We're starting a Xfinity Series team. We're going to need some financing, so I'm going to keep the Truck Series going with that team. That's pretty well set up right now. As you saw, we just won a championship, and the Dirt Tour is good for a couple thousand here or there. So with that in mind, we're going to get this thing ready to, like I said, we're starting out with a new Xfinity Series. I do debate joining a team, though. In all reality, join a team, get as much money as you can, just let it feed the Truck Series, and get that one to be basically 100 rated all the way through, and then go into Xfinity. But at this point, we've had 2 years, we've had 1 championship. Let's get some Xfinity car going, and that'll actually, if we perform well enough in some of the bigger races, that draws in a good chunk of money available for us to make things happen. And then it's a 33 race season. Goodness gracious. Okay, gonna be a big undertaking there. Now purchasing the new car, $300,000 for a brand new car. Okay, first race is going to be Daytona. So we got Daytona, Las Vegas, and then the Auto Club. This is going to be interesting to see how it goes. Right, we hire our first mechanic, Carol West. She's won. That's going to get her trained up. Right now, it's only letting us train her up to a 5. She can go all the way up to out of 12 for the engine specialist, because that's what she is. Department maximums, everything is kind of starting out basic, right? For the Xfinity 75s all the way through, and it'll take us a little bit to get that developed as well. So a new car for us. Credit One is going to be our sponsor. They gave us the best signing bonus along with individual race payout. I'm going with the red and white kind of standard setup that we had on the Truck Series. You know, I like how it works out for us, and so that's what we're going to stick with, that glossy red color. We are going to make this an actual solid white instead of the gray. I just think that looks better. And then 99, I forgot that we were 41 in the Truck Series, so I think I made this, 44 or something like that. So I will have to go through and change the number, as long as I remember to do it before the actual race. We should be good to go there. But I will make that be 41 as well. So everything you see with the Truck Series in the end. Rims, red car. I'm going red rims. I ain't doing this multicolored rim versus car crap. So that's how that's just going to be. And so we got the new car set up, and we're getting ready to be underway. We are getting the NASCAR Truck Series stuff set up. But this is where I'm going to leave y'all off and get ready for the next season, which will begin in the next episode. So on that note, once again, thank you all for joining us, and thank you for all the support you have shown us here throughout the last few months for the channel. It's been crazy to see, and I can't thank y'all enough for it. I'm just really grateful for everything that y'all do for us here at Champnsons. So remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up if you liked it. Hit that notification icon so you can be notified of all the content that we do upload here on the channel. And I will see y'all in the next episode, everybody. So as always, stay safe. And, well, y'all know how it goes by now, right? Later, y'all.